Hey everyone, what is up? So I just wanted to talk about a few things today. First is Sony has filed for a patent for a new handheld with clickable analog sticks. Now, what do you guys think about this? You think Sony is going to be releasing a new handheld system, like an upgraded system, or is it going to just be a revision to the PlayStation Vita? Like the PSP we had PSP 1000, 2000, 3000, we had 3 revisions, and then we had the PSP Go. This might even be like a PlayStation Vita Go, who knows? What do you guys think? Personally, I think it might just be a revised version of the PlayStation Vita, which is also kind of surprising because it's almost like Sony has given up on the PlayStation Vita. They're really not doing much to push the system. What they should be doing is, getting licensing deals with third-party developers, getting some of these more mainstream games on the system. I think that will push the popularity. Personally, I like the niche titles that are being released right now on the system. There are quite a few games, but all we're getting right now are like Japanese anime games, very niche titles. But yeah, if Sony really wants the system to succeed, they're gonna need to get more third-party developers on board. But personally, I think that damage has already been done there. They might be better off going with a new system completely, but I just don't see them going for that type of risk right now. I think what they're trying to do maybe is just revise the Vita, maybe rebrand it, remarket it, market it as a system that does remote play. Forget about the Vita for a little bit, but the PlayStation 4 is really popular. A lot of people have a PlayStation 4. Remote play is just an extension of the PlayStation 4. But the problem with the remote play is that we don't have a second L and R trigger, and we don't have the L3 and R3 clickable thumbsticks. So maybe this is a new Vita that's going to have 100% compatibility with remote play. I could see that working out well for them, but I think they should address a couple more issues. The 3 main things I would like to see in a new PlayStation Vita would be, first of all, I would like to see the L and R 1, 2, and 3 all on there. Not just the clickable thumbsticks, but we need the R2 and the L2 as well to have 100% backwards compatibility. Number 2, I would love to see them get rid of the proprietary overpriced memory cards. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can understand they might be going with that because they're trying to protect the system from piracy. Personally, I think that damage has already been done. We already have PlayStation Vita hacks. The PlayStation Vita has been totally hacked. The very early hacks were just enabling PSP mode, but the more recent hacks in 2015 allowed for complete PlayStation Vita code to be run. So it's already been hacked, it's too late, and people are always finding new ways to hack into the system, whether it be through PSN downloadable titles. They'll always find something. So just give us our micro SD card support. You want people to download the games, the digital downloads. We'll allow them to put in their micro SD cards that they already have that aren't expensive as the Sony PlayStation Vita cards. I realize it does cost Sony quite a bit to make these cards because they're not making them as in big of quantities as like the micro SD cards. So, and they're limited to 64 gigabytes. I personally would love to put in like a 128 gigabyte micro SD card for less than the price of a Sony PlayStation Vita card. So yeah, get rid of the proprietary memory cards. Third, I would love to see an HDMI output port. Just do it already. People want to play this game on their big screen TVs, or they would like to record footage of the system. Right now, the only way to do that is through the PlayStation TV. If I want to record footage of a game without pointing my camera at the screen of my PlayStation Vita, I have to play it on the PlayStation TV. Only problem with the PlayStation TV is it doesn't have 100% compatibility with all of the games. But I think the PlayStation Vita should have an HDMI output port anyway. The PlayStation TV didn't sell well. You already clearanced it out on your own site, Sony, for $25. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? What do you think about this new patent Sony has filed for clickable analog sticks on a handheld system? Do you think they're going to release a new system? Is it going to be just a revision of the PlayStation Vita? If it is, either way, what would you like to see on the system? Now, this next thing I would like to bring up is limited run games. Limited run games, this is a reminder for collectors, and both of these things coming up now are for collectors mainly. Limited Run Games is going to be releasing Saturday Morning RPG in physical format on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Vita, and that is going to be January 29th. So be looking for that. Go to their site, limitedrungames.com, to find out the exact times that they're going to be available. They're going to be releasing it in 2 waves on January 29th. So look for that. The game is going to be $25 plus shipping. Now, the first game that they released was Breach and Clear, and Saturday Morning RPG and Breach and Clear are by no means games that players should be buying in physical format, because these are very, very small digital downloads, and the digital downloads are cheaper than the physical copy. The only reason you get the physical copy is if you're a collector or a reseller, because the Breach and Clear was also $25. It is now selling for around $70 on eBay. So as a reseller, it's a good deal. As a collector, it's great because this was limited to 1,500 copies. Now, the Saturday Morning RPG, they're increasing the count on it. So the PlayStation 4 version is going to be limited to 1,980 copies, and the PlayStation Vita version is going to be limited to 2,500 copies. So there is going to be more available, but that's still a very low number. And actually, I think the PlayStation 4 version is probably going to be worth more. And the reason, not just because it's a lower quantity, but because there's a lot more people that own a PlayStation 4 over the PlayStation Vita. All right, so I just wanted to make you guys aware of that so you know to pick it up if you're interested. The next thing I want to talk about is Bayonetta 2. I just picked these up today. I got 1 copy for myself and 1 to either trade or resell to help fund the collection. But basically, if you have not yet picked up Bayonetta 2, now is a good time to do that if you can find it in stores. It's getting harder and harder to find this in stores because the first initial print of this is now finally running out of stock. This game is selling for more than MSRP online right now. And the reason why you want to pick this up is because the first print run includes a copy of Bayonetta 1 on a physical disc. So we got 2 discs in here. We have Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U. Nintendo is planning on releasing, they're planning on printing more, like I believe it's February 19th. They're planning on printing more. It's going to be in stock in stores on February 19th, but it's no longer going to include the first game. So this is a much better value, and for collectors, it's going to be harder and harder to find the version that has both games in it. So if you're interested, if you haven't picked it up like me, I'm surprised I haven't even picked this game up yet, because I guess I haven't been playing my Wii U a lot. There's a lot of great games on it. Don't get me wrong, I love Nintendo games. I love Nintendo first-party games. I have a lot of them, but I just don't play them as much because I'm busy with a lot of other systems. A lot of times I just have my Xbox One on, or my PlayStation 4, or my PlayStation Vita, and so I'm just kind of playing games on there. But this is a great system exclusive for the Wii U. And if you're interested in, I would say look for it. If you can find it, pick it up, because this version is going to be harder and harder to find. If you're watching this video February 19th or after, be sure to look for this symbol up here. This is the version that has Bayonetta 1 included. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, give you a quick collector's update on these 2 games. And I just thought I'd mention this new news about this Sony patent. So that's really interesting. As you guys know, I absolutely love the PlayStation Vita, so any news of a new Sony handheld, whether it be a revision of the PlayStation Vita, is always something really exciting for me, and I'm always hoping, you know, for these improvements that I've been looking for, things like HDMI output, non-proprietary memory cards, stuff like that. And of course, better remote play functionality. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you later.